I was forced to retire at the age of 59, so I was looking around for something to do, and my wife said to me, well, why don't you try that Friars to do all kinds of education courses there? So I went in, and I thought, now, I want to try something that I haven't done before, and I'm actually doing a painting course at the moment. It's a course where you get 10 credits if you complete the course, which then means you can go on to an access course, and if you want to go and get a degree. There are so many courses available at Friars, whether you're interested in computers, flower arranging, or you wish to become an artist.
Who's the duty sergeant? Lester?
Yes.
He has an iota of niceness towards him, doesn't he?
Yes.
A little bit.
What you did just now with that boy,
Yeah?
it made me laugh. It was textbook.
Sure.
Divert attention with some stories. Do everything you can to take the pressure off.
That's right. And then you throw the golden bridge.
I've always known that I'm not stupid, but I didn't get any qualifications at school because it just wasn't relevant at the time, I suppose. So a friend said to me, why not come into Friars? And I must admit, when I first came in, I was really sort of upset to be told that I was at a very basic level, because nobody likes to think that their skills are basic. But I started in one of Maggie Nutt's basic English classes, which I really enjoyed. Then I went on and did my O-level and got an A, which I was really pleased with. And then I'm doing my A-level now. I'm also helping to teach like the basic English classes, because I know what it's like to need to start somewhere. And I feel there's hope, and it gives everybody a chance. It's nice to be able to come back later on. I think the advantage of a place like Friars is they give you credit for your maturity and for life experience, and it's nice to be appreciated and valued for who you are.
This all comes out of that. So you've got this juxtapositioning of personal, emotional life against their professional life, which I think is quite subtle here, and this is what changes it.
I think it's just sort of expanded my social circle. I've moved on and aspire to more. I've seen more ways of living a life, and my absolute dream is to write. I write a lot, and I'd love to get like a play or something published. That's dream material. But in reality, I mean, I'm doing this sort of assisting teachers course, which I enjoy. I'd perhaps like to go into primary education or nursing.
Also quite a good thing to actually get your fabrics, establish your fabrics in the right order.
Yeah. You've got to be in charge of the situation. You've got to interview them to an extent, haven't you? Yeah. Observe what they're wearing surreptitiously.
You do develop some intimacy with your client, particularly when you're measuring them. I mean, then you chat about all sorts of things, and that's a very useful time to actually get to know the client.
Up until about 18 months ago, I was a solicitor. I retired from private practice as a solicitor. I'd had enough. I needed a change. So I spent about a year wondering what I was going to do, and saw an advertisement for Friars Community College, Adult Community College, for fashion design and pattern cutting courses. Until then, I hadn't even considered adult community education. It's something that when you've been educated, you've had your education throughout your life, you've been in a professional career, you don't automatically think of as a way of changing the direction of your life. The standard of tuition, though, is really high, and it's a nice informal atmosphere. You don't feel inhibited or intimidated by it, because there's this sense of partnership. You know, we're here to try and achieve a common goal. And having the access to education throughout your life, I think, is very important, because you can always learn new skills, and you can always convey those new skills to other members of society. I mean, these days, you don't have a job for life. A lot of people are burnt out by the time they're 40 or 45 or even 50. Knowing that you can retrain in an environment such as this is very important. Again, you know, it's having that goal, it's having that ambition, and it doesn't stop just because you happen to have attained a certain age. You've still got more ambitions, you've still got other things you want to do.
Yeah, so has it been fired?
No, it
already?
hasn't. No, it's going to be biscuit fired after the slips.
And you're going to burnish it? You know, burnishing apparently doesn't work above a certain temperature.
That's right.
I've been coming to Friars for the last 4 years, and I'd been unemployed for, say, at that point, about 8 or 9 years. And I knew that I had to start somewhere, and I had no qualifications, and I had a huge gap with no experience. That if you don't have any qualifications, and you don't have any experience, and you don't know what you want to do, you can come here, they won't turn you away at the door. I mean, if you want to go to college and stuff, you read a prospectus, it's really intimidating. You need 3 A levels, 8 O levels or whatever. Here, you don't need any of that, and you can sign on to most courses. Being here has it's enabled me to apply myself. I found that I can actually apply myself to things, and I can finish things and achieve things, and I've discovered loads of talents. I'm applying to do a degree in art and design at the Institute in Colchester. Then go on and do my MA in art therapy.
That will give you how many would be for 25 pages, but it would be for those first 75, so and for the remaining. Take away 2,000, divided by 180, because we've got 180 times R.
Times, yeah, and whatever you're doing the other side of the
that's
equation.
right, yeah.
When I started in September, it was just expected just to be a course just so I can fulfil my time and just get on with something that I really enjoyed doing. And then perhaps next year I start going into my GCSE mathematics. But around November, December time, I thought I was ready, or I know I was ready to go and do my maths GCSE. Because the number one thing that I had in my head, that I thought this is going to be the first thing that I'd successfully have got myself. And even thinking about it without getting it, that had cheered me up so much, and just one step forward. And it's something that I can write on my CV, and it's an extra line that I can put down. There's always going to be that fate, those few pupils that didn't get quite what was expected. It does help when you can feel as comfortable as if you're sitting in the front room with your friends, because that's what it is basically. And I look forward to it, and if I could get here earlier, I would turn up earlier.
Looking back over all the classes, you might call me, the permanent student. I just enjoy classes because I enjoy the enthusiasm, and they're always congenial people. It improves the quality of life for an enormous number of people. What's the alternative? People getting bored and getting ill. But if you want to escape both those things, it's a very good idea to join a class of this kind.
Solo diferentes libros. Me gusta leer mucho, no tengo el tiempo.
Yo, en el futuro, compraría en casa en Madrid y en México y en Málaga.
Ah.
Y uno en Londres.
En Londres también.
Para vuelta.
I happened to go on a trip to Spain about 3 years ago on holiday with a group of folk, and the guy I went with was really enthusiastic about Spain, so he excited me to go and learn a bit more about Spain and the language. It's great. We have a lot of fun, and we learn Spanish, and it's sort of combined social activity and learning activity.
What about brain and the big toe for headaches?
Some people like to feel they're being pushed harder, but I don't like to feel it uncomfortable. Yeah. It took me a few years to find a course that would suit the school hours and the holidays. I started with the interest course just to get a taste of it and see if I liked it. Then we did the intermediate one, because by that time I felt it was something I probably would like to pursue. And then last September I enrolled for the practitioners, and I would like to do some other courses in homeopathy or kinesiology, but I'd like to do the actual practitioner ones rather than interest courses now.
Coming to Grey Friars, they help you choose what you want to do and say you could apply here, you could apply there, you could do this next, and they're very good at putting you forward in suggesting ways. And I got a lot of help from the tutors in my portfolio for my interview, and they're very nice. I mean, they all gave me a hug when I said I got my place at the institute. If there hadn't been childcare here, I wouldn't have been able to do it, and it's very cheap for the whole day. It's the same the creche for the day, roughly, as a childminder for an hour. A lot of people take some time at home with your child. You lose that confidence you had at work and interacting with other adults and that edge. And I think going into education in between gives you that edge back. And initially you are scared, you think, oh, I'm going back to the classroom, oh, I can't do this, I've got to study. But you can. Everybody else is in the same boat as you, so you're no different to anybody else. You're all adults having another go. The tutors are really friendly and helpful. All the other people, they become good friends. There's still people from other courses that I've done before this art and design course that I'm still good friends with. We still keep in contact.
I'm just doing at the moment the information technology courses because they're particularly useful at the moment for me. Before Christmas this year I did the global communications, which involved designing a website, so that was really interesting. I really enjoyed that. And I've done a database course and a presentation of word processing course and a spreadsheets course. 2 other courses that I've actually done based at Grey Friars have been the preliminary disabled teachers for swimming and the parent and child. And I still work as a swimming teacher on a part-time basis. I can't think of anywhere else that has the variety of courses that are available daytime and evening.
Well, the school that my middle son goes to, they advertised that they were starting Grey Friars courses actually at the school. There was a word power course which involves basic English, but your children come into the class with you, and I thought maybe I'd start refreshing my memory on things and getting more qualifications behind me to be able to go back out into the world and work. Doing the courses at the school, the first 2, gave me the confidence to go on and do a creative writing course. I'm also doing a parenting course which is run by the social services to help deal with teenagers. Got so much more confidence. I'm also now a parent governor of my son's school, and I stick up for myself more now. I don't just take what people are going to throw at me. I say, no, Most of all, the education was fun. It wasn't hard, it wasn't impossible, and the tutor made it so easy for us to learn that we just mopped it up. We just, like little sponges, soaking up all the knowledge that we could. And there are a lot of like-minded people out there that have been stuck.
And I wouldn't have done nothing like this association without going to college at that time, just to... Obviously I could do it, now I know that I can do it.
Everybody that I spoke to who's been on the course at the school, they're saying they just love it, and they just can't wait. And hopefully there's going to be some more on there.
Or too, if you want to go back to work after you've had kids.
Yeah.
Because everything relies on word processing these days, using a computer, even using a shop till.
There's a few of us that have now gone out and started up a parents group for the estate where we're getting them to come in and help with the children. So in a way, they're self-educating themselves as well. It's getting better. We've got a residents' association now, for which I'm the secretary, and we're getting the estate together as a community. It's exactly what it needs, is education. It needs input of money from the council, and it needs education.
Well, essentially, I think Friars has three distinctive features. One, most of our students are adults. Two, they are part-time students. And thirdly, the curriculum is organised around their special needs and aspirations. We have the main college here at Friars. We have another centre at Wilson Marriage. And then there are 20 satellite centres from Brightlingsea over to Tiptree. We have an outreach on St Anne's. We do literacy work, numeracy work with various other bodies. There's free tuition available for literacy, for numeracy and various other courses. Anyone who is on benefits receives a free tuition or reduced tuition, and the over 60s, of course, are funded separately. A number of people said to me, if it hadn't been for the Adult Community College, I would not be where I am today.
I'd just like to sort of pay respect to the teachers, because I think they play a big part in why this place works so well.
And they're all very patient, and they give time to each individual.
People who are very, very creative, who give you ideas and give you inspiration.
It seems mind-blowing to start off with, but it is amazing what you turn out in the end.
Do something positive, and hopefully it will lead you somewhere.
Now I know that there is more out there. There is more that I can do. There is more life that I can live.